business being this fast. None at all. This bike pulls hard. Hi, coppers, I wasn't doing nothing.
This bike is absolute insanity. Here we are, 2023 Indian FTR Carbon Edition. Look at all this beautiful carbon. There is carbon everywhere. We're gonna take this bike out for a ride. Let's get some initial thoughts when I first took off on this machine.
2023 Indian FTR 1200. Now we're getting to the fast stuff. So this is the R, full carbon fiber everywhere. This bike also has an S&S full exhaust, which is probably gonna burn the side of my leg, but hey, who cares? First 30-second impressions on this thing. Bike is torquey, peppy, very sensitive to the throttle, very grabby on the clutch. Definitely not the most beginner-friendly thing I've ridden from Indian, that is for sure. The rear brake is kind of spongy. It gets the job done though. Like, you hit the button, it slows down. It's actually a fairly good rear brake. Throttle, pretty sensitive. I will say the seating position on this bike is rather strange. And the reason I say that is because my butt is here where you see it. My hands are straight out in front of me as you see it, but my feet are like behind me underneath my butt. So it's like the bottom half of a sport bike, but the top half of a naked, which is interesting because on most nakeds, your legs are a little bit further forward. This kind of feels like my legs are actually pretty far back. Strange, definitely not uncomfortable, but it's a little different than what I expected when I got on this bike. I expected my feet to be a little further forward, but they're not. My legs are flat, and then my leg, the shin portion of my leg is kind of like kicking back, but the bike is light and nimble. Similar to drag bars, man, this bike has a lot of lean, and it's torquey. Oh, it's torquey. I can't wait to rip it a little bit. Front brakes, stops really well. Not as much as a sport bike. It does have a lot of dive in the front end, but it actually is good braking. You can do a stoppie if you want to, if you pull it hard enough. The lever itself has a little bit of sponge to it, which is actually very different. All the other Indian bikes that I had a like firm feel. This has a little bit of sponge in the front end, but this is a used bike with 12,000 miles on it, so that may have a lot to do with it. This is a 2023 limited edition, 824. So this is the full R. Beautiful, beautiful bike, man. That carbon looks good. The bike feels nice too, man. It's interesting. That sound of the S&S, listen to it. Yeah.
Just in case it didn't come out very well in the video, look at this S&S exhaust. This thing is beautiful. A little toasty on the leg, like I mentioned, but let's listen to it. That shit's insane. It is awesome. Love this bike. It's a fun bike, honestly. If you guys are into the MTs and the nakeds and hooning around, I think this thing is actually pretty savage. It's aggressive. It's definitely not beginner friendly, but let's continue.
But it's grabby, man. That clutch is grabby. No wind protection, but since there's no wind protection, I'm getting full clean air. So honestly, no wind protection is better than bad wind protection. And yep, she stops really well. And here we go. Wow, yeah, that's impressive. This bike accelerates pretty hard, man. Holy crap, yeah. Dude, this 1200 motor is aggressive. It is aggressive. You twist the throttle, you feel the torque start to push the bike forward, but it has a lot of power. I don't know how much power it has. I'll like put it down below, but my guess right now, no idea, not a single clue. This bike has close to 120 horsepower. I didn't actually look it up. I don't know the weight. I don't know the feel. I don't know how much torque. From the seat of the pants, that little bit of throttle, and I have not gotten it to red line, so I may change it. I think this bike has 120 horsepower, and it has to have damn near every bit of 80 foot-pounds of torque. Again, I don't actually know. That is a 100% guess from my butt dyno, and if you watch the Sportster video, my butt dyno doesn't lie. strong. It feels like it has really short gearing. And this bike having the exhaust may be tuned. I don't actually know if it's tuned. It may have a little bit more than stock, so that may have something to do with it. But approaching this turn here, it's easy, man. This bike is a freaking hoon bike. If you like the MT-07 and you're ready for a faster version of something that delivers very similar results, this is the business, man. This bike pulls hard. This bike pulls hard. Did I mention that Indian kickstands are better than Harleys?
Man, this thing was freaking awesome to ride. As you can tell, I was giggling the entire time. Thank you, Whole Shot Power Sports, Fleming Island, Jacksonville, Florida. Services Northeast Florida. Is the only Indian dealership around. And let's continue back with some more thoughts on this thing. Maybe how fast it is.
Yeah, this clutch is grabby, man. I can tell you this clutch is not that beginner friendly. I definitely wouldn't recommend somebody starting on this thing because it is pretty aggressive. Yeah, man. This is a fun toy. This is a fun toy. That giggle, bro. That speed does it for me, man. This is like a perfect balance of torque and power. This is fun. Hi, coppers. I wasn't doing nothing. As far as the ride and the ride quality itself, the bike is pretty soft. It's not soft as in like squishy soft, but the suspension travel is fairly long. The bike looks tall and the suspension matches the travel that you would expect from a bike with the height that this bike actually has. The engine is snappy, man. Look at that. The digital dash can't really keep up with the snappiness of the revs. The sound with this exhaust is beautiful. It is aggressive. Like I mentioned, I think twice already, but the clutch is fairly grabby. It's not that beginner friendly. And with this S&S exhaust, you're liable to burn your leg. This is not a beginner friendly bike for sure. I will say that. It's very fun, but it's not very beginner friendly. It's for sure, it's not jerky. It's not jerky, it's not putty. Like, honestly, most twins have like a weird blah, 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 blah. I haven't felt that. I haven't felt that at all. Even from low speed RPMs. Hell, let's go into 6th gear right here. 6th gear, 40 miles an hour. Yeah, that's smooth. That's probably one of the smoother twins I've felt. That's actually pretty impressive. The seat's real nice, holds you in, you need it. You twist the throttle, you get pushed back in the seat. This bike has a lot of power. It's definitely using the grip of the tires. That is for sure. I like it. I like the bike. It's not my style of riding. I'm not much for the hooning, but the body position's awesome. You can ride this bike for a long time. It sounds really good. It's fun. This is a fun bike. 100% a fun bike. It has torque. Torque! And those pops. You get a nice little 1-2 and then it just kind of blends out. All right, so 2023 FTR Carbon Edition. This is the R, number 824. I like the bike, man. It delivers a strong amount of power. It's very torquey. It is powerful. You feel the acceleration in your body. It is 100% a hoon style naked bike. It is actually fast. This bike is quick. I would put this up against the 600 all day long. All day long. And the thing is, it delivers that power from down low. Even 4,000 RPMs, 3,000 RPMs, it's accelerating. This is awesome. It gives you down low grunt and it carries and pushes through. Beautiful, beautiful bike, and it looks amazing. We'll get better looks on the outside when I'm talking not in this position, but I'm talking facing you like this. Dude, look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that carbon, that S&S exhaust. All right, let's go for the light gets changed on me. The side to side, the bike is nice. It's a short bike. It handles fairly nimble, being honest with you. This is one of the smoothest twins I think I have ever felt. It still has a little bit of rumble, still has a little tiny bit of vibration, as most twins do, but look at it. Just shits it gets. Nice little slow speed stuff. We're gonna accelerate here in a little bit at this little turnaround spot over the bridge. See what this thing's really about. Oh, this is perfect. There's no traffic coming. Second gear, 4,000 RPMs. Oh my God, yes, this bike accelerates hard. Dude, that is crazy. This bike should not have this much power. This bike has no business being this fast. None at all. I love it. Bye.
If you guys want to check out more videos like this, check this link out right here.